Festival tragedy, British bands pull out. The comic actor Walter Matthau dies of a heart attack. And it's England, just in the Lord's Test.
From ITN, the ITV Weekend News with Mark Austin.
Good evening. The British prop groups Oasis and the Pet Shop Boys tonight pulled out of a music festival in Denmark after 8 people were crushed to death last night. They said it would be inappropriate to perform, although the festival itself is still going on tonight. Andrew Simmons reports.
Keep your positions, moving back. We still have a problem here.
This is the moment a rock concert went tragically wrong. The band, Pearl Jam, have stopped playing. Fans are being trampled to death only feet away from the stage. Giant screens show the crowd's harrowing images of people breaking free from the fatal crush.
There have been a lot of pushing and pressure up here, and 10 to 15 people have been badly hurt.
But it was worse than that. 26 people taken to hospital, 8 men died. I was in there when it happened, said this rock fan. It was very violent. Normally you would help each other, but the pressure was enormous. There are several theories on what happened. One, that the frenzied style of dancing on slippy, muddy ground led to people being trampled underfoot. Some eyewitnesses said the sound system had failed at the back of the crowd, so people surged forward. Police started an inquiry today. Rock fans, musicians and churchmen paid tributes. Then the organisers announced the 4-day festival would continue. With people still grieving, 2 British bands, Oasis and Pet Shop Boys, announced they wouldn't perform. They called for a cancellation and queried the safety of large open-air concerts. Exactly what caused 8 people to die here is still unclear tonight. Andrew Simmons, ITN.
Extra security is in place tonight in preparation for a controversial Orange March in Portadown tomorrow. Tension was heightened earlier today when a spokesman for the nationalist Garvaghy Road residents was arrested. From Portadown, John Irvine reports.
Tonight there was a large police presence in the town of Lurgan for a small band parade. In the event there was no trouble, but the heavy security is likely to be repeated tomorrow at Drumcree Parish Church, where Portadown's Orangemen will be prevented from marching where they want along the mainly Catholic Garvaghy Road. Earlier today a spokesman for the residents was arrested following an incident as Orangemen put up an archway on a dividing line between the 2 communities. In this mainly Protestant town, the parade's issue is bitterly divisive. And for that reason, hundreds of soldiers are tonight billeted in the local army barracks. 2,000 troops have been drafted in as a precaution. The first 2 weeks in July have become Northern Ireland's problem fortnight, and Drumcree is the focal point for province-wide anxiety. This dispute exposes historical divisions like no other, and there is simply no solution in sight. John Irvine, ITN, Drumcree.
The Oscar-winning actor Walter Matthau has died after a heart attack. He was 79. His forte became playing lovable rogues, and he's likely to be best remembered for his role alongside Jack Lemmon in The Odd Couple. Helen Wright looks back at his career.
It is as The Odd Couple's Oscar Madison that Matthau will be most fondly remembered. He was the archetypal grumpy but lovable slob, paired perfectly with Jack Lemmon as the fastidiously tidy Felix Unger.
You want to talk to me, buddy? Put down that spoon. Yeah, spoon!
Roles they were to reprise 30 years later in The Odd Couple 2. In an interview before Matthau's death, Lemmon spoke affectionately of working with him.
The biggest problem, and the only problem I have working with Walter, who is a great actor, is that I have a great deal of difficulty not laughing.
What?
Matthau made over 60 films after starting out on the New York stage when he was just 11. His performance in this 1966 film, The Fortune Cookie, won him an Oscar.
It's ridiculous. There's nothing wrong with me.
It's what you think. Not only can't you move your hand and your leg, but you had this concussion.
A versatile performer, he recognized his face was his fortune.
I haven't got all night.
When you look at me, you know, your fellow with my face either has to be a villain or a comic.
Matthau's film career spanned 45 years. His death from a heart attack comes just 4 months after his latest was released. A movie no one could have guessed would be the last from this actor, director and consummate comic. Helen Wright, ITN.
Walter Matthau, who died earlier today. The millionaire novelist and key Labour supporter Ken Follett has launched an astonishing attack on Labour and Tony Blair. Mr Follett, whose wife Barbara is a Labour MP, accused the Prime Minister of being unmanly, immoral and tragic. Writing in tomorrow's Observer, Mr Follett, on the left here, attacked spin doctors, calling them the rent boys of British politics. Downing Street was accused tonight of overreacting after an innocent photograph of baby Leo Blair was taken by school children. The photograph appeared in a local paper, but Downing Street quickly issued a reminder about the Blairs' right to privacy. That was condemned by the paper's editor.
It was totally harmless, just a bit of fun. You know, it's hardly the paparazzi, and you know, and it just seems to be a very strong overreaction, I think, by Downing Street, that they've caused such a fuss over it.
Cricket, and Dominic Cork and Darren Gough are the toast of England tonight after a sensational victory in the second test at Lord's. They defied the West Indies pacemen to see England home by just 2 wickets. Here's Guy Pitt.
England never make it easy. 3 days to score 188 to win, but 15 minutes into today's play and Mark Ramprakash was out. England on just 3. Mike Atherton steadied nerves, but when he went on 45, was it the same old story? It seemed so. By late afternoon, 3 wickets in half an hour had left England on 149 for 7. And so for the last hour of play, it fell to England's bowlers to do the batsman's job. Yesterday's hero, Andy Caddick, went for 7, 2 wickets left, 28 runs still needed. Would Dominic Cork and Darren Gough do it? Cork thought so. 6. Then 4. 16 to win. But the West Indies weren't giving up, though the frustration showed. Then some quick running, and a memorable win was in sight. Fading light, nails bitten to the quick, and at last, there it was. England had won, the series was levelled. Guy Pitt, ITN Sport.
Tennis, and Tim Henman is through to the 4th round at Wimbledon. He swept aside Morocco's Hicham Arazi in 3 straight sets. Peter Staunton reports on all the day's action.
Another late start for Henman. His fans would have waited all night, of course, many of them already had. The party was well underway by the time Henman and Hicham Arazi began their battle. The Moroccan caught the mood and decided not to put up too much resistance. Again, Henman. A set ahead, Henman relaxed. The party tricks began to flow, including a passable impression of Boris Becker. The end was swift. It took just 3 easy sets. But now it gets serious. For waiting in the 4th round is Mark Philippoussis, who somehow came through a 5-hour epic, the longest one-day match ever here.
Okay, set the match, Philippoussis.
Henman had watched the finale.
I walked on the court 1-love in the 5th to Schalken, and then I came off at about 16 all or something. So I just said to Philippoussis, "What took you so long? I played my match in 1 set of yours."
And waiting for either Henman or Philippoussis in the semi-final will almost certainly be Pete Sampras. It took him 4 sets, but he's still the overwhelming favourite. Peter Staunton, ITN Sport, Wimbledon.
And finally, the winning numbers in tonight's lottery, and they are 11, 16, 22, 39, 42 and 48. The bonus number is 38, but Camelot say there are no winning tickets for the £7 million jackpot. And that's the way it looks tonight from all of us here at ITN. Have a very good night.
Good evening. Summer's still gone absent without leave. Plenty of showers to come in the next few days. Having said that, most places will end up the night on a dry note of a rather misty and murky one, especially across England and Wales. Quite warm here, temperatures no lower than 14 as low as 8, I think, in some Scottish glens. Probably the best of the weather tomorrow across western parts of Scotland. Yet again, some decent spells of sunshine. Very misty near that eastern coast, though. For the rest of the country, a good deal of cloud from the word go. And despite some sunshine, I think those showers will brew up quite readily during the course of the day. And by afternoon, they'll become heavy and possibly thundery, especially across southern counties. Some more persistent and heavy rain to end the day here. In the brightness, temperatures struggling up as high as 19 or 20 degrees. 20, 68 Fahrenheit, but near that eastern coast of Scotland, again, with the wind coming in off the sea, it's going to feel distinctly chilly. And the outlook for several days to come, as I say, widespread heavy showers to come, some of them heavy and persistent. There will be some sunshine, and in the brighter spells, it should be reasonably warm. That's it from me. I'll leave you with tomorrow's summary.
Power Gen. Power, whatever the weather.
Central Weather, sponsored by Stay Bright Windows and Conservatories. The clear choice in any weather.
Hello again. Well, it seems to be the general consensus that summer has passed us by. The next couple of sporting days will be humid but also wet. Tonight will be the calm before the storm, so to speak. Much of today's rain edging away northwards, leaving it calm, damp and misty. Just the odd rogue shower with a damp and foggy start to tomorrow. 1 or 2 showers in the southwest of the region and the west in particular. And it won't be long before we're all in for a dose of cloud and showers, some heavy and thundery, odd glimpses of sunshine and feeling warm and humid. That's it. Bye-bye.